Prior to the pandemic, my life was a lot different than it looks like right now. I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years. And so for hairstylists out there, you know exactly what that entails. It's really long hours. It's very unpredictable at times. And the best thing, I loved those 20 years that I spent doing hair. But I always had this like dream in me for something more, something bigger, something to where I could inspire people and move people and help them accomplish all the dreams that they've ever wanted. And so when COVID hit, it's funny how God brings you all those things that you've always wanted in one snap of a minute. When COVID hit in March, my business was shut down like a lot of other businesses. And I was at this crossroad where I didn't know the future like a lot of us, and I didn't know where income was coming. And so I sat with it for a minute, and then I made the decision. I said in my head, I can go back to the lifestyle where I was at, where I was stressed. I was, I had a lot of anxiety. Working with people is just intense, as those of you who are in the service industry know. And so I just decided to go this other path, this path of taking the huge risk and writing the book that I had said I was going to write for 10 years. And so I sat down with my daughters and I said, hey guys, like, this is it. I'm going to write this book. I'm going to, change our lives. Like we're going to do something a little different now. And so that's kind of how this whole journey started. I quit doing hair because I had published my book, and I've had a good amount of success with this and with my branding company, with consulting, with classes and workshops. And so I decided it was time just to quit doing hair and to focus on my book. My book is called, I'm going to show it to you guys. My book is called Keep Going. And I wrote this book because it was the thing that saved me when we were going through the pandemic. And so the overall theme, Keep Going, that's been my entire life. That's like my life mantra. So this is 8 fundamental principles that have helped me get out of my comfort zone and push me to that other side of my dream. So the title of the book is Keep Going, How to Not Give Up on Your Dreams When Things Get Hard. So I go over those principles of moving out of your comfort zone and moving into your dream zone throughout the whole book. When I wrote this book, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted people to feel, what I wanted to take away from this book. And so for me, the biggest takeaway is, I would hope, and this is the best compliment I can get, is that someone says, gosh, Anna, it felt like you and I were sitting down at coffee and you were telling me, go, keep going. You got this. Go get your dreams. And so for me, the overall feeling is that I want people to go for their dreams no matter how hard it gets. And the principles that I go over in this book are principles of things that I've overcome in my life in order to get to my dreams. So I would hope that someone would take away even just a piece of inspiration out of here. That way they know there is a possibility to have their dreams. You know what? I've planned a few different book tours for people, and usually it looks like someone jet setting around and getting to, publicize their book, right? Well, with the time that we're in right now, I wasn't quite sure how that would work out. And I'm homeschooling my kids now. So we sat down as a family and I said, hey guys, like, what are your ideas? And we came up with a 15-state tour in a van. So I started watching all these Instagrammers, van life Instagrammers, and we got inspired and we put together a tour as a family. And so we'll be jumping in the car from all of June, July, and part of August. And we'll be doing 15 states and taking the book. I think the one thing that I'm looking forward to now that my book is published is just opening the doors and creating this message out into the world, not only of dreaming, but not giving up on your dream. And I think it's opened up other avenues for me for other ways of contribution. Like, I'm a huge into contribution, and I think this has opened up those doors for me. It's also opened up doors for creating courses and workshops, doing online things, the digital world. So for me, it's just a starting ground of what I can't wait for. I'm actually writing my second book right now. It'll come out in the fall time. And then that book is based on a lot of the consulting work that I do. I do a lot of branding consulting work, and so that will be based on that. And then next up, in between time, we have a retreat coming up in Pinecrest with 25 women in Pinecrest, so that's exciting. We have courses, workshops. I have a whole digital marketing campaign that's launching May 1st. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts right now that have all stemmed from this book. So this is kind of like the mecca, the starting point of where my career is going next.